Engage.
And welcome to another episode of the NerdTalk podcast.
Hello, everybody. We have been on a long... I have... Please tell me what that was, Alex.
That was hello friend in Klingon.
Of course it was. It was Klingon. Of course it was. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to NerdTalk Podcast Season 2. We've been on a very long hiatus, but mostly because we're just lazy bums.
Yep.
And we thought we'd make our triumphant return, and I feel like this one deserves a little bit of backstory. Alex and I were actually on Facebook talking to each other maybe 5 minutes ago about this topic, and I just said, why aren't we doing this for a podcast? And he agreed, and here we are.
Yep.
So I think you are best suited to do introductions, so you want to tell everybody what we're talking about?
Yeah, I'll bring you guys up to speed. We are currently discussing, we'll just do the last half of the conversation about the edge of the universe. Vance and I were talking about, is there an edge to the universe? How would you define the edge? And that's pretty much basically it. Is there an edge, or and how would you define it?
Yeah, basically. And the popular theory has always been the edge is blank, there's nothing there, it's just the void.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we were discussing what might be there, but I brought up a point in that we might never know. How will we know when we get to the edge? Because the popular theory is once you get to the edge, there's nothing further. But as we all know, light still has to travel. It's not instantaneous. So I can teleport to a point in space, look back at where I just came from, and see the galaxy, look out, and I see nothing. I can say that's the edge, but I don't know because there might be stars so far out that light has not reached me yet.
Yeah.
So it's all a matter of how long are we willing to wait to see how much light is going to be coming from outer space to determine where is the edge and what it might look like.
And, astronomers say that the universe is constantly expanding. But here's the thing that troubles me, that I just kind of think about. If the universe is infinite as we claim it is, then how is it expanding? Or what's expanding?
Right, because let's say the universe is infinite, and it's just like universes and stars. That stuff is expanding outward.
Right.
There's going to come a point where stuff's going to be so... maybe this is not what you're trying to say, but there's obviously millions upon billions of stars and galaxies in the observable universe.
Mm-hmm.
And as they move out, where are they going? The universe is infinite.
Well, they would just be occupying new space.
They would, but what I'm trying to say is, I have the words, but it's all about trying to get it out.
Yeah, I know. I understand that.
This is just such a hard topic to kind of discuss, but there's a lot of kind of controversy and discussion to be had with it.
Yeah, and these are my favorite kind of stories in science fiction. A lot of sci-fi shows always talk about what's at the edge of the universe. Star Trek did it, Doctor Who did it, and I feel like a few other sci-fi shows have done it too, but those two episodes stick out.
And what brought this up was we were talking about parallel universes and how in one universe the Death Star might actually exist. And Alex said, well, what's to say that the Death Star doesn't exist in this universe? And I replied with, that's true. For all we know, it could exist at the edge of the universe. And that brought about the discussion of what does the edge of the universe even look like?
It may not even be at the edge of the universe. It could be just somewhere, millions of light years away that we just haven't made contact with them yet.
And
the universe is
the cool thing about the universe
huge.
is we can travel for millions and millions of light years, and we will still never reach a lot of things. After traveling for a million light years, we'll only have reached, just a couple dozen galaxies, if that, because
Yeah.
everything is just so stretched out because, like many have explained before us, the universe is constantly expanding. Everything's moving outward and moving farther away.
And it makes me wonder, since the universe is so freaking big, will we ever find life out there? Will life ever find us?
Well, as have been explained by hundreds of people, in a universe the size of a Googleplex, and I'm not even going to try to explain what that is. Just know that it's a really, really big number.
It's a 1 with 100 zeros after it, I believe.
I think it's a 10 with
a 10 with 100 zeros
10,
or something
no,
like
it's
that.
10 to the 100th power, I believe.
Yeah. Anyway, keep going.
But a universe with that size, there's almost a guaranteed possibility that that there's an exact copy of you somewhere in that universe.
I find that fascinating. There could be another me out there.
And
other me.
And I had asked Alex about this. I had asked, in a universe that big, if you found the other you, what would you do? And what did you tell me, Alex?
You didn't even wait to ask me what I would do. I literally told you, like, right before you asked, I said I would find myself and I would fight myself.
Yeah, and I don't understand his reasoning behind it.
Because there can only be one Alex.
There can only be one Alex, ladies and gentlemen.
You've known me for long enough that you know 2 me's would just be a terrible idea.
Yeah, but...
Yeah, exactly.
But why? But here's the thing. Like I said, in a universe that big, another you exists elsewhere. And so that means that I exist at that other spot, most likely.
Yeah.
So what we're looking at is pretty much an exact replica of Earth. You know all the same people, or that other you knows all the same people that you do, just on that planet. So why are you denying them your bad puns and humor?
Ooh, good point. A team of me would be unstoppable.
All the bad puns. Oh no. All the bad puns. It would be horrendous.
Oh, that'd be quite fun.
I don't even know where to start with that one, Alex. I really don't.
That'd be a good time.
Yeah,
But, going back to the topic of infinite universes and whatnot. See, we did this and we didn't have any idea where we were going.
no, we didn't.
Oh well.
So I guess with well, actually, this actually raises a good question, because the universe is supposedly infinite, correct?
Correct.
And we were discussing that the Hadron Collider is doing an experiment to determine whether parallel universe theory is actually correct. For those of you that don't know what the parallel universe theory is, it states that there is an infinite number of universes within an infinite number of basically outcomes.
Yeah.
Like I was saying, this universe is how it is, but in a parallel universe there might be one where Alex doesn't wear glasses. It can range from minute to major,
And I
stuff.
think it's not even just that. There's a theory that, I don't know if it's something that I have or if it's like an accepted scientific theory, but like all of our actions cause ripples into other universes.
Kind of like
the
the butterfly effect?
Not the butterfly effect, but Newton's law. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction.
Okay, yeah, right.
Every one of our actions has an infinite amount of reactions that spread themselves across different dimensions. I know that's kind of a weird kind of crackpot theory, but it's something that I
it holds a little bit of merit, and that's actually an interesting theory to think about. Us doing this podcast right now, it's interesting to think that this podcast that we were recording right now could have an effect in another universe.
There could be a universe where instead of this being a podcast, it's a TV show.
Alex, you're making me drool here, man.
It could happen. It could happen one day. But yeah, everything has an effect on everything.
Right.
Different universes affect this universe.
But like
I don't know how.
But as I was saying, if that is an actual theory, if that is something that actually holds up to scientific law, could there be a possible butterfly effect between universes?
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
Where like a butterfly gets stepped on, and it kind of goes back to if a man travels back in time and steps on a butterfly that was never killed, someone else becomes president at his time.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of what I think that's kind of how I think this parallel universe theory might work.
Or sort of like, I take this remote, I drop it. Now somebody in another universe just got sniped because of that remote drop. Sorry, other guy in the other universe.
Yes. Thanks, Alex. You just killed a guy.
I just killed a guy. Oh my god, Britt killed a guy.
And you know how this probably works though. In that other universe, Brett's the sniper.
Oh god.
That's a scary thought, ain't it?
Yeah, we're not going to talk about that. We're going to avoid that page.
We're going to go into that.
Yeah, everything affects everything. Everything's connected at a very, very subatomic level.
Oh yeah,
I watch
definitely.
way too much Star Trek. But anyway.
Here's the thing. You watch your Star Trek. I watch plenty of science videos online. That's how I have knowledge about this.
Yeah. I mean, science fiction, to be honest.
Science fiction also has... Right. Yeah, they do. They've done a little bit of research, but I feel like this is one of those scenarios where they did their research, but they need to push a little more. No, I actually think they did their research, but we're the ones that need to do the pushing. How else will we get spaceships like the Death Star, or just regular spaceships like in Star Wars or Star Trek? You know?
Yeah.
Science fiction writers have left us a legacy.
Mm-hmm.
And it's and I feel it's our goal in life to fulfill that legacy, you know? To make that extra push and, you know, to pick up where they left off. To make science fiction science non-fiction.
God, that'd be cool. But, I had something to say about the multi-universe. The multiverse. But no, I can't remember what I was going to say about it.
But the multiverse theory is just another name for the parallel universe theory.
Yeah, parallel universe. Yeah, people think that there's like this universe and then another universe, and there's just two of them that exist, you know, parallel.
And that's completely wrong. The parallel universe theory, or the multiverse theory, whatever you want to call it, states that there is an infinite number of universes.
Yeah,
with all different timelines and outcomes of everything.
And it's like you look at them as stacked, but infinitely.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Actually, I don't even know if I'd look at them as stacked. I would look at it as a sort of web. Because that's... Because one universe impacts another, impacts another, impacts another. But it's a very, very entangled...
It's kind of like a really...
It'd be so entangled.
It's a
it
really...
would be almost a sphere.
Okay, yeah. It's actually, when you think about it, it's more of an intricate domino effect.
Yeah.
Where this universe, something happens, it affects that universe, but we don't know if that universe, an action that happens there, is going to affect that universe or that universe.
So, yeah, it's a very, very detailed and intricate... Oh, I like that idea. It's a domino effect. I like that.
I mean, let's say we have let's say we do action A.
Mm-hmm.
It affects something in Universe 2. Now, Universe 2 either does action A or action B. We never know which one. Now, action A could affect something over in Universe 3. Action B could affect something in Universe 4. And that's kind of how this rolls. Or, see, the problem with the multiverse theory is that our action affects Universe 2. But there's another universe that arrives with that same option, or that gets hit by that same kind of action. And then they would go on to choose option B, whereas Universe 2 chooses option A. But we don't know how they arrived with the same action.
Doesn't it also kind of make you wonder what's going on out in other universes that is impacting what's going on here?
It definitely does. It's definitely some food for thought.
This is a very interesting I spent a lot of time thinking about this kind of stuff.
So have I, because it's just such an intriguing topic to think about, because there's so many different possibilities and so many things to think about that you can spend hours just thinking about this topic alone.
Yeah, if we had done the proper research and development for this episode, we could do easily probably a 5-hour episode.
Oh, definitely. This could actually probably easily be an episode we live streamed, but that's a ways out.
We should probably think about revisiting this topic at some point in the future.
Oh yeah, definitely after we do our research.
We
obviously know what we're talking about, but we just need to do a little push.
I need to get some more, and I want to also because as we mentioned in our Facebook chat before we did this, the scientists with the Hadron Collider trying to use that to prove if other parallel universes do exist. I want to see how that goes. I want to follow that story.
Oh yeah, definitely. I actually kind of want to see how they intend to use the collider to try and prove this theory.
Yeah. I think it'd be pretty cool. And I think if we do a little more research and give it a little more development, we could have this would be a really fun topic to discuss.
Yeah, this is definitely a topic to revisit sometime.
I love doing like our kind of real science discussions. Those are fun.
Oh yeah, definitely.
These are always fun topics to do.
Oh yeah. But do you have anything else to say, Alex?
No, I think we've covered it. We've covered all bases.
Oh yeah, definitely. All right. Well, I think that'll wrap it up here for Alex and I at the Nerd Talk podcast. We hope you have enjoyed watching this episode and listening to our scientific spiel that made little to no sense at most times.
Leave any of your comments and opinions, down below. Let us know what you think.
And you know what? While you're at it, leave an interesting universe combination.
Yeah.
Leave your ideal universe, because according to the infinite multiverse theory, anything is possible. So, leave your idea for a universe down below, and you know what? We'll pick some of our favorites for the next episode we do of this, just because why not?
Yeah.
But otherwise, consider leaving a rating and consider subscribing. It would help us out. And from here at the Nerd Talk podcast, stay nerdy, my friends.